Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this discussion. I hope the discussion today will run well. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nadya Resti Verawaty. Here I am as the moderator. I'm not alone. I'm here with my friends. The first is Kun Nastainin. The second is Nur Khoirin Nisa, and the last is Sindi, Duwi, Ulandari. In this discussion, we will discuss about two discussion points. We will begin by looking at newspaper and TV stations cover trivial stories because that is what the public is interested in. Then watching cartoons or animated movie is a sign of a childish adult. Do you have any question before we start the discussion, guys?
No question.
Okay, if
No.
okay, if no question, let's start the discussion. Well, now let's look at the first discussion point. Newspaper and TV station cover trivial stories because that is what the public is interested in. I will give you all the same question and please give your own opinion about it. For the first, I would like to ask to Nisa. Newspaper and TV stations cover trivial stories because that is what the public is interested in. What is your opinion about that statement?
Okay, Nadia, thanks for your question. I absolutely agree with that statement. I think the shows that have been aired on TV lately are not as good as they used to be. The quality of the shows that are broadcast on television today is much less useful and not suitable for children to watch. In fact, I personally think that most of the viewers of television shows are children. As we know, in the past, there were many TV programs that showed entertaining cartoons or animated films, but nowadays, cartoons or animations are rarely shown. On the other hand, lately soap dramas have been shown more on TV. In my opinion, most of these soap dramas are not worthy of being broadcast because there are many bad scenes that show elements of violence, fights, insults, hard expressions, sexuality, and other scenes that should not be made public. Especially for children, in addition to cartoons, there are rarely shown. Now, in my opinion, talk show programs are starting to decline. In quality talk show programs which provide information and education to the audience are now decreasing in number because the current talk show programs, in my opinion, only focus on jokes. They are less useful because they use ways to abuse and lower others physically or as a joke when things like that should not be shown in public. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Nisa, for your opinion. Now I move to Anin. What do you
Yeah.
think? Okay, what do you think of newspaper and TV station cover trivial stories because that is what the public is interested in?
Okay, Nadia, thank you for your question. I agree with this statement because, in my opinion, many television stations broadcast trivial things that are not even worth watching by the public or the children for the sake of the popularity of the TV station. entertainment program on a number of television stations have a tendency to ignore people right to get the local information. With show and more educational program, one example is when a television station broadcasts a celebrity couple's wedding, which is aired with a duration of up to 3.5 hours to catch up with the rating or television viewings number. This shows the tendency of television viewing is a number of big cities only, so that it does not represent the public viewing profile in other cities throughout Indonesia. However, the live broadcast of celebrity wedding uses television network throughout Indonesia, whose frequency rates research remote area. For this reason, television stations must provide broadcasts that are given to the public must be intelligent and full awareness that people are intelligent in choosing and sorting show directly and indirectly. Okay, this enough to my opinion.
Thank you for giving us your opinion. Next, how about you, Cindy? What do you think about newspaper and TV stations cover trivial stories because that is what the public is interested in?
Okay, thank you for the question, Nadia. I think newspapers are still presenting quality news. Why do I think so? Because in newspapers, the news presented is genuine and not manipulated to deceive the public. Unfortunately, newspapers are currently less attractive to the public. Unlike newspapers, TV stations now cover trivial stories to attract public interest. I think TV stations are now only thinking about the public's need, the public needs, but not thinking about their impact on TV viewers. Many gossip news about the artist's life is presented to the public, mostly gossip news such as divorce or the life of today's artist. And usually TV stations also display viral news to increase their TV station rating. Actually, it's okay for news that is going viral to be good or inspiring, but on the other hand, most TV stations broadcast viral news that is not useful, I think. Useless viral news shouldn't be shown on TV because it doesn't educate the audience. TV stations also often do public lies such as gimmicks or prank shows. These programs attract public interest and are used by TV stations. TV show must present useful and educative news for the audience because it can influence the mindset of the audience so that they can develop better and be educated without easily consuming hoax news. Okay, that's all my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Cindy, for your opinion. Now, guys, do you have any question?
Yes, I have a question for Anin. In your opinion, what kind of television shows are worth for watching?
In my opinion, a television program that is worth watching is a television program that broadcasts impressions that have a weight and educational value, as well as clear and confusing source of information. One of the educational television programs is a TV program broadcast by the Trans7 television station showing event or behavior of entertainment actors both in Indonesia and in the world. On the Spot is a documentary program that takes clip or video clip taken from the YouTube site. Then there is a narrator who explains the content of the of the video. What is unique about this event is that its theme contains 7 examples of video that are shown are 7 unique animals in the world, 7 favorite tour in Indonesia, and many more. Okay, that's enough in my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Anin, and thank you, Nisa. Next, any question more?
Yes, I have a question for Cindy.
Okay.
Cindy,
Yes.
okay. What do you think about the people who are competition to be a famous but by harming other people and their environment just to be a famous or their name can be known on television or newspaper?
Okay. Thanks for the question, Anian. I think it's their right to be famous the way they choose. But we also must not forget that effort doesn't betray results. If they are famous in a way that is not good and harms the environment, I believe that their fame will not last long. Different from someone who struggles from the beginning and is full of struggles that will last a long time because their efforts to become famous is not instantaneous and are detrimental to other people and their environment. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Anin, for the question, and thank you, Cindy, for the answer. Any more question?
No question?
Okay.
No.
Okay, if no more question, I think enough for the discussion of the first topic. I really appreciate your opinion and it's clear enough. Now we would like to turn to the second discussion point, which is about cartoons or animated movies is a sign of a childish adult. Just like the discussion before, here I would like to give you a question and please give your opinion. For the first, I would like to ask to Cindy. Watching cartoons or animated movie is a sign of a childish adult. What is your opinion about that statement?
Okay. Thank you for the question, Nadia. I have to say that for me is wrong. Watching cartoons or animated movies doesn't at all indicate that we are childish adults. Even the psychology of cartoons said the benefits of watching cartoons for adults. First, for stress reliever, laughter is the best medicine, and cartoons are a great source of laughter. Many studies have shown that cartoons also lower stress-related disease in adults. And second, cartoons can also help improve self-confidence. To this day, watching the Incredibles or superhero movies really really energized me and give me the strength to face the world. And third, cartoon shows can teach real life lessons like being confident, learning to love and protect our families, being a true friend. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Cindy, for your opinion. Great. The next is Nisa. How about you, Nisa? What do you think of watching cartoons or animated story is a sign of childish adult?
Okay, I don't agree with that statement. In my opinion, adults who like watching cartoons or animations cannot be justified if they are childish figures because I personally think there are many reasons why adults still like watching cartoons. The first reason is that by watching cartoons, we can remind as a child. For some people, watching cartoons as adults can invite happiness in themselves again. And the second reason is because the plots and stories in cartoons are fun and easy to understand. The brilliant-headed storylines in cartoons make the audience not think hard but can get quite satisfying entertainment. And the third reason is because the visualization display from cartoons is attractive, so that is loved by adults. And the fourth reason is because cartoons offer varied genres ranging from comedy, love, mystery, action, fantasy, and others. And the last reason why some people think that watching cartoons can relieve their tiredness. Okay, that's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Nisa, for your opinion. For the next is Anin. Would you like to give your opinion about watching cartoons or animated movie is a sign of a childish adult?
Okay, Nadia, thank you for your question. I disagree with this statement because I think when we watch a movie, we want to see a good performance, a good script, and a good direction. When we watch cartoon, we do not demand any of that. We just want to relax and enjoy. Being an adult implies having a responsibility, and sometimes it's a good to watch a cartoon that entertains and make you laugh. In a cartoon, everything is impossible, therefore everything is more fun. In addition, there's many cartoons that surprise and live with teaching to their followers. Adult cartoons give direct message to viewers, and there are no famous actor or expensive settings. Everything is focused on the story they want to tell. This is enough my opinion.
Okay, thank you so much, Anin. Okay, now I would like to give you another question. In your opinions, apart from cartoons or animated movie, what kind of shows that is fun and entertaining but still appropriate for adults? For the first, I want to ask the opinion from Anin. Could you give us your opinion, Anin?
Okay, thank you Nadia for your question. In my opinion, television programs that are suitable for adults to watch are educational television program. For example, TV programs such as National Geographic, Discovery, Animal, Planet, and History. This program make people who watch have an intentional personality, want to learn more in life, such as how to protect the environment, conserve animal, and other. That's enough.
Okay, for the next, how about you, Cindy? What's your opinion about it?
Okay. I think watching talk shows that feature interviews with valid news and packed with a little comedy is more fun and suitable for adults. Or maybe watch podcasts on YouTube that are useful and educational to add insight. Why do I suggest it's better to watch a talk show that is packed with comedy? Because it's to relax and not to be tense like when we watch news shows. That's my opinion, Nadia.
Okay, the last, what do you think about it, Nisa?
Okay, thanks for your question, Nadya. In my opinion, a television program that is fun, inspiring, and suitable for adults is a talk show program. In my opinion, the talk show program is very suitable for the millennial generation because it presents very inspiring themes and guests. Usually after watching the show, we will be inspired by the story of the invited guest stars. We will also be motivated to do something so that we can be like those who have succeeded. The talk show program that I recommend to watch is Mata Najwa. In this event, the invited speakers are mostly from the officials. In this talk show is guided by a moderator who is famous for his intelligence and his questions are critical and very sharp. Other inspiring talk show that I recommend watching are the Kick Andy and Hitam Putih talk shows. Thank you, that's my opinion.
Okay, thank you everyone for your great opinion. Do you have any question?
I have a question for Nisa.
Okay, Cindy.
Uh, okay. Actually, I totally agree with your opinion, Nisa, but I will ask different about your opinion. You know that recently there are several cartoons that have been censored in Indonesia, such as Doraemon and Detective Conan that I know. What do you think about the number of cartoons that air on Indonesia TV, which are often subject to censorship because they are considered too vulgar and smack of violence by KPI?
Okay, Cindy, thanks for your question. In my opinion, the policy of censoring pornographic themes in a television program is a good picture for society. Steps like this can decide to be a filter for the public so that they are always served with useful on porn-free shows. However, I think the censorship in the animated film titled Doraemon is too much because in my personal opinion, the part of the film that is affected by the censorship is still within reasonable limits. Besides that, the scene is also unlikely to make children provoked by their sexual desires. There should be several criteria that are included in the censorship category, such as displaying inappropriate body parts, violent scenes such as beating, stabbing, and kicking can also be categorized as mandatory censorship, so that censors that are not on target can erase the aesthetic value of the show. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Nisa.
Okay, thank you, Cindy, for the question, and thank you, Nisa, for the answer. Is that clear, everyone?
So clear.
Clear.
Okay, to sum up, we can say that TV broadcasts currently show news stories more often just to increase their TV channels ratings. And also, currently, there are many broadcasts or TV shows that are less educational, especially for underage children. So it is hoped the television should provide shows that are more educational and can build self-awareness for the public, not a show in the form of a gimmick or a prank. For cartoons or animated movie, it is still appropriate to watch by people who are growing up and who are adults because cartoons and animated movie also provide a good moral message for the audience. We can learn many lessons and watching cartoons or animated movie can also relieve our tiredness because it is very entertaining. But if there are those who are not interested, don't worry because apart from cartoons or animated movie, there are other shows that are appropriate for adults. Everyone, we are in the end of our discussion. Before I close the discussion, I'd like to say thank you very much and Alhamdulillah our discussion today can run well. Stay safe and the last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.